Imagine being able to stay calm and steady while stuck in a traffic jam, during a tough conversation with your boss, or even while facing a major personal crisis. Imagine handling all of life's curveballs without feeling like you're about to explode or collapse. That kind of inner strength isn't about pretending everything is fine or shoving your feelings down. It's about learning how to manage yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions, even when everything around you feels overwhelming and messy. The truth is, life is unpredictable. No matter how well we plan, no matter how hard we try to make everything perfect, there will always be things we can't control. The weather will ruin plans. People will disappoint us. Work situations will change without warning. Accidents will happen. If we spend our lives fighting against all these uncontrollable things, we'll only end up exhausted, anxious, and frustrated. But here's the good news. You don't have to live that way. When you shift your focus away from trying to control everything, and instead concentrate on what you can control, your mindset, your choices, your attitude, your actions, you start to experience a new kind of freedom. Life feels less like a constant battle and more like a challenge you're prepared to meet. You start building real, lasting strength from the inside out. You realize that while you can't control the wind, you can adjust your sails. You can't control the storm, but you can choose how you move through it. In this video, we're going to explore 10 life-changing lessons that will help you stay calm under pressure, stay strong through hard times, and master your emotions when it matters most. These lessons are timeless. They aren't tied to any specific era or philosophy. They're basic truths about being human and navigating this beautiful, messy life with a little more grace. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Focus on what you can control. One of the biggest secrets to staying peaceful inside is learning what's truly up to you and what isn't. Think about it. You can't control how other people treat you. You can't control whether someone likes you. You can't control if a flight gets delayed, if a friend cancels plans last minute, or if a company decides to downsize. Those things are outside your reach, no matter how much you care or how hard you work. But you can control how you respond to those situations. You can control your attitude, your words, your actions. You can control how you show up, how much effort you put in, how kind you are, how you speak to yourself and others, how you choose to move forward when things don't go your way. Imagine you're an archer aiming at a target. You practice your form, you steady your breath, you focus your eyes, you pull back the string and release. You do everything right. But once the arrow leaves your bow, a sudden gust of wind could change its path. A bird might fly by. The ground could shift slightly under your feet. You can't control what happens once the arrow is in the air. All you can control is the skill and effort you put into the shot. And that's how life works too. You do your best, prepare, show up, give your all. But you let go of obsessing over the final result. You trust that whatever happens, you'll be able to handle it. You'll adapt, adjust, and keep going. When you live this way, you stop wasting precious energy worrying about things you were never meant to control. Instead, you pour your energy into the things you can shape. And that's where real power begins. Lesson 2. The power of acceptance. Another vital key to staying steady in a storm is learning to practice acceptance. Life is always changing. Sometimes things will go beautifully. You'll land the job, the relationship will thrive, your dreams will seem within reach. And other times, life will knock the wind out of you. Plans will fall apart, people will leave, sickness will hit, mistakes will happen. There's no way to stop life from being life. No matter how smart you are, how hardworking, how good-hearted, ups and downs are simply part of the deal. Fighting reality doesn't change reality. Getting angry at the rain won't dry you off. Wishing a breakup hadn't happened won't undo the heartbreak. Arguing with the truth only adds another layer of pain. Acceptance means looking at what's in front of you, the good, the bad, the ugly, and saying, okay, this is where I am. What can I do next? It's not about giving up or letting people walk all over you. It's not about pretending you don't care. It's about saving your energy for things that are actually worth it. Things you can influence, things you can build, things you can heal. Imagine a ship trying to sail against a raging river current. The captain could yell at the water. He could blame the weather. He could wish the river would just flow the other way. Or he could adjust his sails, chart a new course, and work with the river instead of against it. Acceptance is about adjusting your sails. It's about understanding that you can't always control the current, but you can always choose how you move through it. When you accept what you can't change, a huge weight lifts off your shoulders. You stop carrying the burden of should have and could have. You stop exhausting yourself fighting battles that can't be won. And in that space, you find peace. You find resilience. You find the ability to move forward with clear eyes and an open heart, even when life doesn't go according to plan. When we talk about acceptance, it's a lot like setting sail on the ocean of life without needing a strict destination, but instead having trust in the journey itself. It's about letting go of the need to control every wave, every gust of wind, every unexpected storm. It's about moving with life's changes instead of fighting against them. Acceptance asks us to stop wasting our energy on trying to force things to be a certain way, and instead invites us to open up, to adapt, to trust that even though we don't control everything, we can handle whatever comes. Life doesn't always play the songs we want to hear. Sometimes the rhythm is smooth and peaceful, and sometimes it's chaotic and wild. But no matter what the music sounds like, we keep dancing. We learn to adjust, to bend without breaking, to flow with the beat of life, whether it feels easy or challenging. Acceptance isn't about giving up or becoming passive. It's about facing reality honestly and choosing to work with it, not against it. It's about realizing that the storms, the surprises, the sudden changes are not interruptions to life. They are life. Acceptance builds true inner strength, the kind that doesn't disappear when things get messy. It helps us savor the good times without clinging too tightly and endure the hard times without losing hope. It teaches us to meet every situation, whether joyful or painful, with steady hands and an open heart. When we embrace what we cannot control, we find a peace that doesn't depend on everything going our way. Instead, it comes from trusting ourselves to navigate whatever the journey brings. Mindfulness is another essential piece of staying grounded. It's the simple but powerful practice of living fully in the moment you're in. In a world where it's so easy to get caught up in regrets about the past or worries about the future, mindfulness acts like an anchor, pulling us back to what's real right now. It's about noticing the little things, the way the sun feels on your skin, the sound of your own breathing, the taste of your morning coffee, and understanding that life is happening here, not yesterday and not tomorrow. When we get trapped in our heads, replaying mistakes or fearing what's to come, we miss out on the only thing we truly have, this present moment. Mindfulness doesn't mean you ignore your problems or pretend everything's perfect. It means you face what's in front of you fully awake, fully present, without adding layers of unnecessary worry or regret. It teaches us to appreciate the ordinary moments, the small miracles that happen every day. A kind word, a deep breath, a quiet sunset. Mindfulness frees us from the endless loops of anxiety and overthinking, giving us a clear space inside where peace can grow. It reminds us that no matter how busy or chaotic life gets, we can always return to the simple act of being here, now, and find strength in that simplicity. Resilience is another pillar of inner strength, and it's built not by avoiding hardship, but by facing it and growing stronger because of it. Life will never be free of challenges. Everyone faces setbacks, heartbreaks, and unexpected difficulties, but resilience is what turns those struggles into stepping stones rather than stopping points. Adversity isn't there to crush you. It's there to shape you, to carve out deeper strength, deeper wisdom, and a deeper belief in yourself. Think of resilience like the roots of a tree. A tree that grows in calm, easy conditions might look strong on the outside, but the first major storm could topple it. A tree that faces winds, storms, and tough conditions, on the other hand, develops deeper, stronger roots that hold it steady no matter what. That's what life's challenges do for us. They test us, yes, but they also teach us, refine us, and prepare us for what's ahead. Resilience doesn't mean you never fall down. It means you get back up again and again, each time a little wiser, a little tougher, a little more sure of your own strength. It's the understanding that while you may not control every event that happens to you, you always control how you respond. You can choose to be bitter, or you can choose to be better. You can choose to see challenges as unfair burdens, or you can see them as invitations to grow. Resilience is built in the small, everyday choices. Choosing courage over fear, choosing hope over despair, choosing to believe in yourself even when things are hard. Every time you make one of those choices, you're strengthening your foundation, building a kind of quiet, unshakable power inside you, the kind that can carry you through anything life throws your way. It's not the challenges themselves that decide how we feel inside, but the way we look at them, the meaning we give to them, the lens through which we view life's trials that shapes our inner peace. Building resilience means changing the way we think about hardship. It means understanding that adversity isn't a punishment or a personal failure, but a teacher. Hardships aren't here to crush us or humiliate us. They're here to toughen us up, to help us grow in ways comfort never could. Every difficulty we face, every unexpected problem, every loss, every disappointment is a chance to strengthen parts of ourselves that might have remained weak if life had stayed easy. We don't discover the limits of our strength in times of calm. We discover it when we are tested, when everything seems to be falling apart, and yet we find a way to keep moving forward. It's through facing life's obstacles with courage and determination that we transform. We don't come out unchanged. We come out stronger, like steel tempered and refined in the fire. Life's struggles are not there to define us as victims. They are there to shape us into people who can weather any storm. Resilience is not about pretending everything is fine when it's not, and it's not about never feeling pain or doubt. It's about facing the pain, feeling the doubt, and deciding to keep standing anyway. It's about holding on to your center even when the ground beneath you seems to shift. It's about keeping your eyes forward even when the storm clouds gather thick around you. What truly matters in life isn't what happens to us. It's what we choose to do with it. And that leads us naturally into one of the greatest powers we possess, the ability to choose our response, no matter what's happening around us. You might not control the people around you. You might not control the obstacles that land in your path or the unexpected turns your life takes. But you do control how you meet them. You control whether you face difficulties with bitterness or with grace, whether you react out of fear or respond with wisdom, whether you get swept away by anger or whether you stay steady inside yourself. Every moment you are given the chance to choose patience over impatience, forgiveness over resentment, effort over defeat, and love over fear. Your responses are like the steering wheel of your life. No matter how rough the road gets, if you hold that wheel firmly, if you stay deliberate in how you move forward, you can still choose the direction of your heart, your mind, and your spirit. In every challenge, you are given the opportunity to write your story, not based on what happened, but based on what you decided to do about it. Life will bring storms, that's inevitable, but you get to choose whether you are the leaf tossed helplessly by the winds or the captain who adjusts the sails and keeps pressing forward. The stronger your choices, the stronger your inner world becomes, until even chaos can't shake you from your foundation. And while we are often focused on responding well to problems and difficulties, there is another, quieter threat that can disturb our inner peace just as much: our own endless desires. That's why another major key to lasting calm is learning to limit the excessive wants that constantly tug at us from every direction. The world today is louder and busier than it's ever been, filled with advertisements, pressures, and endless comparisons, all telling us we need more. More money, more status, more possessions, more achievements, to be happy, fulfilled, and worthy. But the truth is, chasing endless desires is like chasing the horizon. No matter how far you run, you'll never reach it. Every time you get one thing, your mind immediately finds something else it wants. The cycle never stops unless you consciously step out of it. True contentment doesn't come from adding more to your life. It comes from realizing how little you actually need to be genuinely happy. Limiting your desires is like pulling yourself out of a raging river and standing calmly on solid ground. You no longer get dragged along by every fleeting craving, by every shiny new thing that promises happiness but never delivers. Instead, you get to savor and appreciate what you already have. The simple, beautiful things. Your health, your relationships, the quiet moments, your personal growth, the ability to give and receive love, the chance to make a difference. When you simplify your desires, life stops feeling like a frantic race you can never win and starts feeling like a steady, fulfilling walk toward deeper meaning. You stop being a prisoner to wanting more, and start being free to enjoy the treasures that were already within your reach. It's not about denying yourself joy or living without dreams. It's about making sure that what you reach for truly nourishes your soul, not just your ego. When you strip away the unnecessary and focus on what truly matters, you create a calm, steady joy inside yourself that isn't at the mercy of every external change. And in that simplicity, that focus, that gratitude, you find a strength and peace that no outside event can ever take away. Within the deeper layers of wisdom, we find the profound truth that chasing after external rewards, wealth, fame, possessions, is like chasing a mirage across a desert. No matter how much we run, no matter how hard we chase, it slips further away. And even if we do manage to reach it, we often find it hollow, fleeting, unsatisfying. True treasures are not found out there somewhere. They are buried inside us, waiting to be discovered and nurtured. Real peace, real happiness, real strength, these are not handed to us by the world, but are built from within, patiently, through the choices we make and the character we shape. The path to real calm is not paved by getting everything we want. It's forged by mastering ourselves, by understanding and tempering our desires, by learning to find contentment in simplicity and joy in things that no outside force can ever take away. This leads naturally to another essential truth. If you want a life that feels steady and fulfilling, you have to commit yourself to living with virtue. Living well isn't about luck, wealth, or recognition. It's about choosing to build your life around values that are bigger than your own comfort and momentary pleasure. Virtue becomes the compass that steers you through the storms of life, helping you make decisions that lead to real inner stability. Virtue means striving to live with wisdom, courage, fairness, and self-control. Wisdom lights the way. It helps you see things clearly, without being fooled by appearances, without chasing after what's shallow or temporary. It teaches you to understand the deeper meaning behind events and to recognize what truly matters in the long run. Wisdom is the foundation that gives all your other choices strength and clarity. Courage stands guard over your heart. It's what pushes you to face difficulties instead of running from them. Courage isn't about never feeling fear. It's about feeling the fear and choosing to act anyway, about standing firm when the easy way out would be to give up or back down. Without courage, all the good intentions in the world remain just ideas. With courage, we turn values into actions. Justice reminds us that life isn't only about ourselves. It calls us to treat others fairly, to act with kindness and integrity, to contribute to something bigger than just our own desires. A life lived with justice creates deeper peace inside because we know we are living in alignment with what's right, even when it's hard. And then there's self-control, temperance, the steady hand that keeps our impulses from ruling over us. It's the reminder that not every craving needs to be followed. Not every emotion needs to be acted on. Not every moment of desire deserves our surrender. Through temperance, We learn to say no to the things that would pull us away from our deeper goals. We simplify our lives, not out of scarcity, but out of wisdom, knowing that true happiness doesn't come from indulging every want, but from mastering ourselves and choosing a simpler, freer way of living. These values, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, when practiced day after day, even imperfectly, slowly shape a life that feels solid and meaningful. They form the bedrock on which calmness is built. They help us stay steady even when everything around us feels chaotic or uncertain. By anchoring our lives to these deeper truths, we create a kind of strength that doesn't shake with every passing storm. In a world filled with noise, distractions, and pressure to chase after fleeting things, these values shine like a guiding star, helping us steer a course towards something lasting and real. And tied closely to all of this is the understanding that everything in life, everything we have, everything we experience, is temporary. Nothing stays the same forever. The truth that life is constantly changing isn't something to fear or mourn. It's something that can bring us strength if we accept it fully. Everything that comes into our lives, the moments of joy, the seasons of struggle, the people we meet, all of it is here for a time, and then it moves on. Just like the seasons change, just like rivers flow, life itself is a dance of constant movement. When we resist this reality, we suffer needlessly. But when we accept it, when we make peace with the ebb and flow, we find a freedom that few people ever experience. We stop clinging so tightly. We stop fighting the natural course of life. Instead, we learn to savor what we have while it's here, to love deeply, to live fully, to act with meaning, knowing that every moment is a gift that will not last forever. Understanding the transitory nature of life teaches us to live with greater gratitude, greater humility, and greater presence. It reminds us to stop waiting for some perfect future to begin living, and to start embracing the life that's happening right now. Every sunrise, every conversation, every challenge, every victory, none of it is guaranteed tomorrow. And rather than making life feel bleak, this realization makes it feel more vivid, more precious, more urgent in the best possible way. We begin to treat our days like the rare treasures they are. We laugh more freely, love more deeply, forgive more quickly. We let go of pettiness and grudges that no longer serve us. We walk lighter because we understand that nothing we are worried about today will last forever. By embracing the temporary nature of all things, we create room inside ourselves for a peace that doesn't depend on clinging, controlling, or fearing. It's a peace that comes from riding the waves of life gracefully, trusting that even when things change, and they always will, we will still be whole. We will still be ourselves. And we will still be able to find meaning, beauty, and strength in whatever the next chapter holds. Life often feels heavy because we carry attachments that were never meant to be permanent. We cling to beautiful moments, holding onto them tightly as if we could freeze time. We cling to material things, believing they will anchor us, protect us, give us lasting happiness. But everything in life, the joyful moments, the people we love, the possessions we treasure, is fleeting. Like stars that shimmer for a while in the night sky before disappearing into the vastness. True peace comes when we learn to appreciate these gifts while they are here, and then release them with grace when their time has passed. It is not about caring less. It's about loving deeply, living fully, and still being able to let go. When we stop clutching at what cannot be held forever, we create space inside ourselves, a space of calm that no external storm can destroy. Accepting the impermanence of life is like a healing balm for the soul. It soothes the restless craving to hold on to things, to freeze moments in place. It frees us from the anxiety of loss and the regret of what might have been. It teaches us that our real strength doesn't lie in what we possess, but in who we are when circumstances change. When we understand how temporary everything is, we stop expecting life to be static, and we start dancing with it as it moves, shifts, and evolves. We begin to realize that calmness and inner strength don't come from controlling everything, but from flowing gracefully through change, like stars that shine steadily even when clouds pass across the sky. We become the architects of our own resilience, building a life where peace comes not from perfect circumstances, but from a steady heart, a flexible mind, and a spirit ready to cherish whatever comes and whatever goes. Letting go becomes an act of strength, not defeat. In every goodbye, in every change, in every ending, we find a new beginning inside ourselves, a deeper peace, a wider compassion, a stronger soul. And tied closely to this deep acceptance of life's impermanence is another key to lasting peace, the practice of gratitude. Gratitude is not just about being thankful when things go well. It's about finding something to hold on to even when the ground feels shaky beneath us. It's about learning to shift our focus away from what we lack and toward what we have, to see the small blessings that weave through even the hardest days. Gratitude isn't a passive emotion. It's a deliberate way of seeing the world. It means recognizing that no matter how heavy life feels, there are always things worth cherishing. The kindness of a friend, the beauty of a sunrise, the simple miracle of being alive for another day. Gratitude invites us to slow down and notice the gifts that usually go unnoticed. A warm cup of coffee, a laugh shared with someone you love, a moment of quiet after a long day. It reminds us that contentment doesn't come from accumulating more, but from realizing how much we already have. Even in hardship, gratitude transforms the way we experience life. It helps us see that challenges are not just burdens to bear, but opportunities to grow, to deepen, to learn something new about ourselves. A heart rooted in gratitude doesn't collapse under the weight of struggle. It finds strength even there, drawing from the well of everything good it has already received. Gratitude turns ordinary days into treasures, setbacks into stepping stones, small moments into reasons for joy. It recalibrates our relationship with life, teaching us to live not with expectation and entitlement, but with wonder and appreciation. When we practice gratitude regularly, life stops feeling like a constant battle to get more and starts feeling like a rich tapestry where even the imperfect threads have their place and their beauty. Gratitude becomes a kind of invisible armor, protecting our inner peace from being shattered by the ups and downs of fortune. It elevates us above the noise and rush, helping us see clearly that every breath, every heartbeat, every experience, no matter how brief or challenging, is a gift. Living with gratitude doesn't mean ignoring pain or pretending everything is perfect. It means refusing to let hardship blind us to the beauty that is always, always present. It is a conscious choice to treasure what we have while we have it, to thank life even for its trials, and to open ourselves to the quiet, profound joy that can be found in every corner of our journey. With every moment we choose gratitude, we build a life not based on chasing happiness, but on recognizing it, savoring it, and sharing it, until thankfulness becomes as natural to us as breathing, and peace becomes our constant companion. It is in the practice of steady growth and openness to change that we discover a deep and lasting sense of calm, a kind of tranquility that stays with us even when life's storms rage around us. One of the most important truths we can learn is that the journey of personal growth never truly ends. No matter how much we know, no matter how strong we feel today, there is always more to learn, more to improve, more ways to become a better version of ourselves. Life itself is an endless opportunity for learning, a road that stretches far beyond what we can see, filled with new lessons, fresh challenges, and unexplored horizons. Staying committed to learning and growing isn't about chasing perfection. It's about refusing to become stagnant. It's about recognizing that every experience, every success, every failure, every quiet moment, and every storm has something to teach us if we are willing to pay attention. The path to real inner peace is paved not by standing still, but by moving forward, even if only by a small step each day. Growth doesn't mean that we stop facing problems. It means that we handle them with more wisdom, more patience, and more strength than we did before. Life is constantly offering us opportunities to evolve, and the choice is always ours: to resist change and stay stuck, or to embrace it and keep building a stronger, wiser, more resilient self. Every time we choose growth, every time we decide to learn from a mistake instead of being crushed by it, every time we respond to a challenge by stretching ourselves rather than shrinking back, we strengthen our foundation. We become less shaken by life's uncertainties because we know that no matter what happens, we have the ability to adapt, to understand, and to rise again. The commitment to lifelong learning becomes a kind of lighthouse during the storms of life. It reminds us that no matter how dark or difficult things feel, there is always a way forward, always a lesson hidden within the chaos, always a new strength being forged inside us. Progress isn't about massive leaps, it's about steady steps, about choosing to be just a little wiser, a little stronger, a little kinder today than we were yesterday. It's about meeting each new day with humility, knowing that we still have things to discover, and with courage, knowing that we are capable of facing them. Life doesn't require us to be perfect. It only asks that we keep moving, keep growing, and keep striving toward the best within ourselves. Challenges aren't roadblocks meant to stop us. They are stepping stones, pushing us higher, helping us uncover parts of ourselves we never would have found if everything had been easy. Every mistake becomes a teacher, every setback a chance to grow deeper roots. And the more we grow, the better we become at handling whatever life brings. Not because the world gets easier, but because we become stronger. In this commitment to growth, we build a steady, lasting kind of inner peace. The kind that doesn't break under pressure because it is rooted in real strength. We stop being tossed around by life's ups and downs, and we start steering our way through it with a clear heart and a steady mind. Growth teaches us that real peace doesn't come from having a perfect life, but from becoming a person who can stay centered even when life is imperfect. In embracing the journey of learning, we celebrate not just the victories, but the entire process, the effort, the persistence, the moments when we fall and rise again. It becomes a joyful pursuit, not a burden, a way of honoring our potential and honoring life itself. When we live with this mindset, we find that wisdom, calmness, and resilience are not things we are born with or lucky to have. They are things we build piece by piece through the way we choose to live each day. In a world that often feels noisy, rushed, and uncertain, choosing to keep learning, keep growing, and keep striving for inner strength is one of the most powerful and liberating paths we can take. By embracing the lessons of resilience, gratitude, acceptance, mindfulness, simplicity, and steady growth, we create a life of deeper peace and greater joy no matter what storms come our way. We realize that calmness and strength don't depend on everything going right. They are cultivated quietly and patiently within us, through every challenge we meet, every act of courage we choose, and every step we take on the endless, beautiful journey of becoming. In the end, the journey toward inner peace is not a race to some distant finish line. It is a way of living, a way of seeing, a way of being in the world. It is built quietly through the choices we make each day, to stay calm when it's easier to react, to choose gratitude when it's easier to complain, to seek growth when it's easier to stay comfortable, to accept change when it's easier to cling, to forgive ourselves and others when holding on to anger would feel more satisfying. True strength isn't loud or boastful. It's the quiet resilience that grows inside us with each challenge we face and each lesson we embrace. True wisdom isn't found in having all the answers. It's found in remaining open, humble, and willing to keep learning. Life will always bring moments of chaos, moments of uncertainty, moments when we feel lost. But within us, there can be an anchor so steady, so deeply rooted, that no storm can uproot it. That anchor is built by living intentionally, by embodying the values that truly matter, by focusing on what we can control and releasing what we cannot. by appreciating the fleeting beauty of every moment without trying to cling to it. Each step we take in patience, each act of courage, each decision to choose kindness over bitterness, each moment of mindfulness, we are slowly, steadily crafting a life of meaning, resilience, and quiet joy. This is the true treasure. A life where peace is not something we wait for or hope for, but something we create from within, day after day, choice after choice. And the beautiful truth is that it's never too late to begin. Every breath is a fresh invitation to step more fully into the person we are meant to become. Every sunrise offers us another chance to live with deeper calm, stronger purpose, and greater love. No matter where you are right now, no matter what challenges lie ahead, know that you have within you the power to create a life marked by wisdom, strength, and unshakable inner peace, not by chasing perfection, but by embracing the beautiful, imperfect, ever-changing journey of growth itself.